After a very successful homestand, one that included that exciting series victory over the Milwaukee Brewers, the Pirates head to the road for their final regular season road trip, and it begins in Atlanta, Georgia, the first of 4 against the Atlanta Braves. Nothing on the line now for Atlanta. The Braves officially eliminated from the playoff race, but so much on the line for the Pirates. Just 2.5 back in the National League Central Division, and currently the leaders in that wild card spot. The season, if it were to end today, the Pirates would host the San Francisco Giants. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. Very exciting stuff, Bob. And if you look at where the Pirates are, one of the best teams without question in baseball, but especially since the early part of this month. I mean, they are maybe the best team in the National League.
It has been awfully a lot of fun to watch, and you want to play well no matter what time of year it is. But if you can pick one spot to really put something together and really start pushing forward, it's got to be September. And the pitching has just been amazing. Look at those numbers. The ERA less than 2. Opposition batting average 202. That's like everybody that's come to the plate this month has basically been a real good hitting pitcher. They could not be throwing the baseball better than they are right now.
They've won 9 of 11, 13 of their last 16, while the Atlanta Braves have the worst record in the month of September. They are 4-14. A lot more to talk about, but for right now, we'll send it back to the studios for a game break with Rob King. Turner Field in Atlanta, Georgia for the first of the 4-game series, the start of the final 7 regular season road games for the Pirates as they continue their push toward postseason play. And this guy has been a big part of this second half. Francisco Liriano has been brilliant almost every night since coming off the disabled list, with the exception maybe of one start.
Yeah, that first half of the season, Greg, it really wasn't the healthy Liriano that we saw last year. There was all kinds of little problems that kept him from really getting in sync and getting a consistent rhythm, but that's not been the case the second half. He is hitting his spots, good stuff, and getting a ton of strikeouts.
Against the Red Sox, he got the win. Last 5 starts for him, 3-0, a 0.82 ERA, and the Pirates are very familiar with the right-hander Aaron Harang.
Yeah, they sure have been. They've seen him many, many times. He's evolved a little bit over the years. Not quite the hard thrower that he was at one time. Throws in the upper 80s now, but still can be very effective. Since the All-Star break, though, he's not getting as many strikeouts, and you see that ERA is up a little.
He is 16-7 lifetime against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Aaron Harang taking on Francisco Liriano and the Pittsburgh Pirates down in Atlanta, Georgia. Clint Hurdle's club looking to find some magic in Atlanta. Magic number down to 3 to clinch a playoff spot.
Is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. By Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank. Know where you stand with PNC Total Insight. Let's go Bucks!
We're back in Atlanta where Andrew McCutchen signing autographs before the game. And when they announced the Pirates starting lineup, it was as if we were in Pittsburgh, except that you wouldn't see this kind of a crowd at PNC Park.
It's a little sparse, that's for sure. The Braves falling out of contention and not many people showing up, and about seems like half of them that are wearing black and gold right now.
Check out the Toyota starting lineup for the Pirates against Aaron Harang. It's Josh Harrison, Travis Snyder, and Andrew McCutchen. 1-2-3. Neil Walker hits cleanup. Russell Martin is 8 for 17 lifetime against Aaron Harang. Starling Marte follows. Ike Davis, Jordy Mercer, and Francisco Liriano round out the starting 9 for this Pirates team that has been on a roll.
Harang's number is very good on the season. keeping that ERA still down well under the 4 mark. He's pushing close to 200 innings. Done a pretty good job when you look at it for the Braves this year. Getting up there, been around a long time. Greg, you remember back when he was with the Reds, how he used to throw that high, hard fastball all the time. You get a lot of strikeouts, a lot of lazy fly balls. Not quite the same fastball, but still likes to work upstairs occasionally and uses this big outfield here in Atlanta.
He struck out only 4 Pirates in 8 1/3 innings. His start at PNC Park, so he'll use the defense. B.J. Upton in center, Emilio Bonifacio in right, Justin Upton in left, Chris Johnson, Freddie Freeman on the corners, Andrelton Simmons, Phil Gosselin up the middle, Christian Betancourt catches harangue. Volvo defense. B.J. Upton is in center field for the Atlanta Braves. He's provided pretty strong defense, but it has been a miserable season offensively for B.J. Upton, and he became the center of attention once again today when they fired Frank Wren, the general manager. They pointed maybe directly toward his signing as maybe the beginning of the end for Wren. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Josh Harrison. 75 degrees at game time here in Atlanta. Very pleasant day and evening. And this ball hit out of play. The Pirates make their way into Atlanta to take on the Braves. The latest date on the calendar since back in 1966.
And this is a very pleasant time of year to visit. Much different than July and August. I like this, Greg.
Yeah. Put this on the calendar every year, right? September. And a strikeout of Josh Harrison, who had a 9-game hitting streak, who has a 9-game hitting streak coming in, and tied for first in the National League with Justin Morneau and hitting at .318.
Now, this is what's been missing from Harangue the second half of the season. The swings and misses of his fastball, the whiffs, if you like, have been falling and going down since that All-Star break. But he certainly got one there right at the top of the strike zone. That looked like Harangue of old, throwing it by somebody upstairs.
He is 36 years old. The former Red, one-time Oakland Athletic, and a strike is called on Travis Snyder.
He's always kind of flown under the radar. Harangue.
A late sign this year in spring training when they had a rash of injuries, including a couple of starters going down the rotation to Tommy John surgery.
I guess when they fire you, they don't mention the successful signs.
No, exactly. Popped up and out of play. And let's face it, when the Braves were in Pittsburgh a month ago, we looked at this series, circled it, and figured this could be big in the playoff picture for both clubs. That maybe the Braves, though they had fallen out of the National League East race, the Nationals had taken off. They were still within range. They had 7 games left on the schedule with the Washington Nationals, but over the past couple of weeks they fell out of that race. Figured, well, maybe the Pirates and Braves will battle it out for a wild card spot. But with a 4-14 record this month, the worst in the majors, the Braves were officially eliminated yesterday.
Yeah, you can't go 4-14 in September and think you're going to make any kind of postseason.
Justin Upton has been sensational. 27 homers, 97 RBIs. Pulled to the first baseman Freeman. The backhand play retires Snyder. Jason Hayward has a thumb bruise. He's been out 4 straight games now. Evan Gattis, kidney stone has him out. He had strep throat last week. He's been out. They have the rookie behind the plate, Christian Betancourt, instead of Gattis. It's just been a really tough second half of this season for the Atlanta Braves. Andrew McCutchen, third in the league in hitting. He was 0 for 8 in the series against the Braves at PNC Park. Including an 0 for 4 against Harang. Harang was looking to notch his first complete game of the year and came within 2 outs back on August the 19th. As the Braves won handily 11-3 was the final. Three and 1 on McCutchen. The Cardinals are taking on the Cubs at Wrigley. We'll be watching that one, sending it back to the studio. Rob King will have game breaks for us. Adam Wainwright against Travis Wood. And the Giants and Dodgers will meet in Los Angeles later. Jake Peavy against Dan Herron. And ball 4, a 2-out base runner.
Oh, nothing really close to the strike zone. Wanted no part of McCutchen.
Again, the Pirates hoping to overtake the Cardinals. Those chances aren't great, but they'll continue to fight for that. Magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 3. The Cardinals clinched thanks to the Pirates beating the Brewers yesterday. Any combination of Pirate wins, Brewers losses totaling 3, and the Pirates are in for the 2nd straight year. Strike is called. Brewers will take on the Reds. That series will begin tomorrow night. Oh, 1 on Walker. He'd like to finish strong in the last week of the regular season. He's not sure about that one. He's 0 for his last 7. Two on Walker with McCutchen aboard. The umpiring crew, Mike Estabrook behind the plate. Hunter Wendelstedt at first. Manny Gonzalez at second. The crew chief is Jerry Lane. He's the third base umpire tonight. Not Harang's best move. Just lob over to first. There's Jerry Lane. Strike 3 called. Couple of Ks for Harang. Braves come to bat. puts this Honda lineup together. Emilio Bonifacio, switch hitter, will lead things off. Phil Gosselin follows, then Freddie Freeman, career .259 average against left-handed pitching. Justin Upton hits cleanup. Chris Johnson mashing lefties this season. He'll be followed by Christian Betancourt, Andrelton Simmons, B.J. Upton, and Aaron Harang. Emilio Bonifacio had that great start to his season. All those hits the opening series at PNC Park. And then this summer dealt to Atlanta, while Francisco Liriano has had a tremendous second half.
Well, he might have to have a tremendous night the way the Pirates hit that first inning. It looks like Harang really on his game. So could be another ball game where the starters lock up and both offenses don't do much of anything.
After coming off back-to-back 1-0 ball games at PNC Park against the Brewers. First time the Pirates traded 1-0 wins in consecutive games against the same opponent since 1945, when the Cubs and Pirates exchanged 1-0 ball games August 1st and 2nd that year at Wrigley. Bonifacio, 1-1. He is Liriano looking for his 7th win. Did he go? Nope. According to the first base umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. Bonifacio hitting .391 as a right-handed hitter, just .229 from the other side of the plate. Wow.
Whoops.
Just missed.
You know, that happens occasionally. You see it, but it is amazing that a major league pitcher can miss by like 8 feet and then throw the next one right there. Yeah.
His one really bad start since coming off the disabled list was against these Braves. Gave up 9 runs, 7 earned in 4 innings. And he loses Bonifacio to start the bottom of the first.
Kind of surprises me a little bit because I think that the Braves are, I look at him as kind of a strikeout, swing the bat kind of team. I would think Liriano would really match up well against him. I still think he's going to get a lot of strikeouts tonight.
Rivers Casino tips to win involves those strikeouts.
There they are, and the stay focused one is just, don't get too happy over what happened at home, and they're basically putting the Brewers in your rear view mirror. There is still a ton to play for this last week, and it starts here tonight.
Phil Gosselin, one of the rookies in the lineup, in 40 games with the Braves this season. He's hitting .284. Hit .344 at AAA Gwinnett. 0-1. And in the air to left center, the center fielder McCutchen makes the catch for the first out.
Nice big outfield here at Turner Field. Big gaps, 390 to the right field gap, 380 to the left.
What do you think the new ballpark will be like, Bob?
I haven't heard. I'm not real sure.
2017.
It's just amazing to me that this place is still kind of state of the art.
Yeah.
Is going to go away. They have like maybe the finest scoreboard in the game.
Well, they'll take that thing with them.
And it is just a beautiful park. I think the way they finished it off after the Olympics, and our facilities are great. It's only got 2 more years.
Here's Freddie Freeman. Turner Field opened in 1997. There's the good block from Russell Martin.
There's that scoreboard, and it is amazing the clarity of that high definition board when they put up videos. It's It is so impressive. You just find yourself during batting practice just watching it like it's a movie.
Caught up in it, yep. Bonifacio has 24 steals. Freeman with 18 homers, 75 runs batted in, went 5 for 10 in the series at Pittsburgh last month. Mariano falls behind 2-1 now on Freddie Freeman. 18 home runs on the year, 75 RBIs. Runner does go. Taken for a ball. Throw down. Not going to get him. Stolen base for Bonifacio, his 25th.
Anytime someone takes a base off us, it's almost always on the jump. And that was a great jump by Bonifacio, just moving on Liriano's first move. No opportunity whatsoever by Russell Martin to throw him out.
And he walks Freeman. 2 walks in the inning for Liriano.
I think if he can start locating everything in the strike zone, especially a few off-speed pitches early on, then you'll start getting some of those chases and some swings. But you have to establish your control sometimes before you can get the hitters to start swinging the bat.
His last start at PNC Park against the Red Sox last week, he went 6 innings and allowed just 3 hits and a run, but walked 5. Justin Upton tied for 4th in the league with 27 homers. He's driven in 97. That's 3rd most in the senior circuit, behind Adrian Gonzalez and Giancarlo Stanton. Upton homered off of Liriano back on the 19th at PNC Park. A 3-run shot that gave the Braves a 4-0 lead early. They went on to win it 11-3. Ray Searage keeping a close eye on Liriano and this Pirates pitching staff that has been so strong. Starting pitchers 11-1. Last 17 games with an ERA of 2.01. Stays 0-2 on Justin Upton. He and his brother BJ Upton in the top 10 in strikeouts. He is 7th in the league, having struck out 163 times. B.J. Upton has struck out 168 times. And the on-deck hitter, Chris Johnson, the 8th most punch-outs. Vance Worley was tremendous yesterday, shutting out the Brewers through 8. Did he go? No.
But that kind of reaction there was what I expect a lot of tonight, where you see the Braves starting their bats after those borderline type pitches. They can get some of those whiffs, chases, start racking up some strike threes. Just didn't get the call on that one.
There's one.
That's what we're talking about. Well downstairs out of the strike zone and get that chase. I believe that was a changeup. I think that he went down after. Yep, looks like it. Get ahead, throw those. There'll be some strikeouts.
It's been an interesting challenge here for Liriano against Chris Johnson. Runners take off, release the runner from second. Will walk to third. Freeman does not go from first to second. Stolen base for Bonifacio.
Well, hopefully the steal of third isn't any big deal since there's 2 outs. What would have been a big deal is if Freeman could have followed him and got to second base. Looked like he wanted to. For some reason, he changed his mind. Normally, the trail runner gets a huge jump because there's nobody holding him on and can easily get himself into second if he's paying attention and breaks immediately. There again, there's the chase.
One and one. Chris Johnson, 404 hitter against lefties, tops in the league. Toward the right side, easy play for Davis, and the walks turn out not to hurt Liriano. Through 1-0 in Atlanta.
Showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks.
0-0 on to the second here in Atlanta. Buccos Braves. Russell Martin will be leading things off for the Pirates. Our Barrel Automotive League leader stat, longest active hitting streak in the National League belongs to this man, Russell Martin. 12-gamer. Josh Harrison has hit safely in 9 straight. Martin's career high hitting streak is 15. Had that 4 years ago, his last season with the Dodgers. With this streak, he is closing in on the 300 mark, hitting .297. If the season were to end today, this would be his highest batting average of his career. A career that started in Los Angeles in 2006. His first full year the following season in 07 hit .293. From Emporium, PA. Two and one on Russell Martin. Marte to follow, and then Ike Davis. Martin has been so good in so many areas, including not only the batting average, but getting on base, as he is up on Harang 3-1 and a leadoff walk.
Now, Greg, I think one thing that I would really like to see tonight is get our offense kind of on a little bit of a roll.
Yeah, you think about it was good to win 2 of 3 against the Brewers, Bob. When you think about it, it was basically 2 innings. They scored a 3-run homer by Martin in the 8th, followed by an Ike Davis RBI single. They won that game 4-2 on Friday. Yesterday, the RBI hit by Martin, and that was it.
Absolutely. There's just the last few days.
You need to get that offense back.
Not the offense that we've been used to seeing this year, where it's just been really clicking and leading the league in a lot of categories. A lot of things going on right now as far as trying to obviously clinch home field for the wild card and maybe win the division. But I think a little sidebar issue is this week, get the hitting back where it was, say, 10 days ago.
He'd like to get it going again, of course, Andrew McCutchen. This Braves pitching staff, collectively a 3.39 ERA, is 3rd lowest in the league behind the Nationals and Padres. That's for the full year. They have not pitched or certainly hit as well the last several weeks. Two-one count. Harang has allowed only 13 home runs this season. Big cut and a foul tip, 2-2. Marte looks down at Nick Leyba. Harang's career numbers against the Pirates, we mentioned, 16 and 7. Pirates figure to see Johnny Cueto next weekend in Cincinnati. Cueto will be looking for his 18th career win against the Bucks. Champagne is on ice, but they're not thinking about anything but staying focused and just winning tonight and concentrate in the now.
It's going to be a nice accomplishment getting the wild card, but I really believe that their goals are beyond that. Everybody in that dugout, they're not going to be happy just being a wild card team. They want to go a lot further this year.
It'll drop in, putting runners at first and second. A nice AB there for Starling Marte.
Yeah, he really battled. We've mentioned this, I think, several times over about the last month of how he's kind of changed his approach at the plate. He cuts down, has a better 2-strike approach, cut way down on the strikeouts, cut down on the size of the swing. Hasn't been chasing after nearly as many bad pitches out of the strike zone as he used to. And the numbers have just gone through the ceiling. Outstanding OPS.
Two on for Ike Davis with nobody out. Not close. Davis was 1 for 4 against Harang that game back in August. He had a 9th inning RBI single against him, but also struck out and popped up twice. 1-1 on Davis. Lefties hit .296 against Harang. Right-handed batters .257. Really tough season for him last year. Split time with the Mariners and Mets and went a combined 5-12.
He's showing some pretty darn good control right now. I'm not just by saying right now, meaning right this moment at this at bat, but the entire game. He's been spotting that fastball, moving it in and out, up and down, and that was a great little backdoor breaking ball. He just snuck in over the outside corner for that last pitch.
Strikes out Ike Davis. Third K.
Well-placed curveball. Look at that, just right on the edge. Yeah, control. Beyond that, just the command, the location of everything right now has been flawless.
Already 3 strikeouts for him. Jordy Mercer at the plate. He takes strike 1.
Looking at some of the stats on that we have, the strikeouts, swings and misses have been way down. He's been pitching a lot more to contact. That's not going on so far tonight. 3 Ks already.
And he's out in front of Mercer, 0-2. Season high strikeout total for Harang this season was reached back in April against the Marlins. He punched out 11. Former Marlins skipper Freddie Gonzalez got a vote of confidence today from his mentor Bobby Cox at the press conference. John Sherholz, the president, Bobby Cox, an assistant, and a strike 3 is called on Jordy Mercer. 2 outs after a walk and a hit, a couple of strikeouts.
I mean, this is quite a display of control that he is putting on, and not just with the fastball, but the breaking balls. He's able to just carve edges off the plate. It's going to be very tough to keep that kind of work on for the rest of the game, but at least in the first couple innings, you got to tip your hat to him. Pretty impressive so far.
Francisco Liriano has 4 hits on the year. Two and 0. Several years ago, Harang led the league in strikeouts. 216 back in 2006 with the Reds, won 16 games. Led the league in wins, led the league in strikeouts, led the league in complete games. Games started and didn't get 1 Cy Young vote. That was back in 2006 when he went 16-11 with the Cincinnati Reds. 234 innings of work. And he was a workhorse over the years with Cincy.
Flying under the radar.
Yeah.
You know, even without the good numbers, strikeouts, ERA, all that stuff, there's something to be said just for a guy that throws 200 innings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to find.
It really is.
Over 190 this year.
He'll be throwing 200 innings for the first time since the 2007 season.
It's kind of the mark, I guess, nowadays that everybody shoots for. Now that the days of the four-man rotation are gone and the complete games are gone, it's tough to get much over 200.
Yes, he did, said the home plate umpire. You heard him, Mike Estabrook. So, after a walk and a base hit, Moran strikes out Davis, Mercer, and Liriano. It is 0-0 going to the bottom of the second here in Atlanta. This is one of the great franchises really in all of sports. So many winning years. But an unusual day today here in Atlanta when they, as John Sherholt said, terminated General Manager Frank Wren. These moves announced. Wren was let go as the GM. He was hired in 2007. And a former general manager of the Indians and Rangers, John Hart, comes in as the interim GM until they find a full-time replacement. Robbie Smokowski talked to Pirates general manager Neil Huntington about the move.
Yeah, I talked to him specifically about John Hart, and you talked about his two previous GM jobs. He kind of created a GM tree. A lot of current Major League Baseball general managers have had success and have had jobs because of John Hart. You mentioned Dan O'Dowd, A.J. Pearl out in San Diego. Neil Huntington is one of those guys as well. And Neil Huntington was hired by John Hart when he took him away from the Montreal Expos to Cleveland, and Huntington spent 3 years as his director of player development. And Neil Huntington, before the ballgame, told me how thankful he was to both Mark Shapiro, who's now the president of the Cleveland Indians, and also John Hart for giving him that opportunity, which basically helped launch his career.
Check swing, base hit for Christian Bettencourt, an all-out dive from Neil Walker. An excuse me single for the Atlanta catcher.
Well, he didn't want to do it. And if he would have missed this ball, Greg, and the appeal would have said he swung, he'd be complaining. But instead he got the base hit. Oh, it actually went right off the tip of the glove. I think Neil made contact with that. I mean, he just gave it everything he had. Wasn't quite enough.
Now Andrelton Simmons. Thanks to Robbie. We'll be checking back with him throughout the ball game. This franchise has been so strong over the years, Bob. It really took a lot of people around here by surprise. Even though the club had fallen off, and there had been rumblings, you didn't think that a move would be made in season with just a week to go.
I agree. I was surprised getting off the bus, hearing it, thinking, wow, that's not Brave-like. But brave, I mean Atlanta Braves, not brave like courage. And I just they've been such a study as she goes organization for so many years, especially through the Bobby Cox years, that you just don't expect to hear something like that with a week to go in the season. I guess it just tells you how disappointed that they are to miss the playoffs.
And this month of September just been dreadful.
No, there's nothing there that you look at and say, well, okay, that's okay. It's not. Runs per game, batting average, earned run average, all bad.
In the air to center, Andrelton Simmons will be retired.
It's like he slowed down the bat on that swing to try and make contact with that changeup. And even though he hit the ball with the head of the bat, it went nowhere because he had no bat speed. Comes the changeup and just a real slow half swing just to make contact, and ended up being just a lazy fly ball out.
Now B.J. Upton. Upton, the former first-round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays, the second overall pick in 2002. Signed a 5-year deal with Atlanta in November of 2012 and still has $46 million left on that big-time contract. Homers, 34 RBIs, 507 at bats. He has struck out 168 times. Two and one on Justin Upton. And 263 last year with the Braves. Lirano in his second season with the Pirates. He signed a 2-year contract before last season. National League's Comeback Player of the Year. Away, and Bettencourt will move up.
Russell not happy with that one. I think Russell was motioning for some reason to. The ball hit right on top of the home plate. It looked. See that? Well, I don't know what that was all about there.
Wild pitch has Bettencourt in scoring position.
It almost looked like he was looking out toward maybe Neil Walker. Could he have been saying, hey, might throw behind him?
Another strikeout for B.J. Upton.
About getting a chase there. That was just a breaking ball, pretty much middle of the plate, kind of the outside half, but the entire baseball well over the top of the plate.
Ball one on Meringue. That was on the wild pitch. Bettencourt trotting to second.
Hey, see, when it went back to second base, had his head down. I think he was looking at Neil saying, hey,
Next time,
go to the bag. If he puts his head down, I'm going to throw him out. I think that's exactly what that was. Betancourt put his head down and was walking back to the bag.
Liriano falls behind Harang 2-0.
Martin's always watching,
yeah,
always looking. Even when he goes back to pick up a baseball and is walking back to the plate with it in his hand, he's thinking.
He sees everything too. Harang had an RBI single off of Liriano back on the 19th of August, driving in the first run of that game. His lone RBI of the year, one of 5 hits this season. Chopped over the mound. Mercer is there. And that'll do it for Atlanta. We'll move to the 3rd inning. Pirates and Braves are scoreless. Highlight show. Josh Harrison's physical tools and unbreakable confidence have helped him burst onto the national scene. Hear exclusive interviews from his family, teammates, and more as you'll follow his rise from bench player to everyday guy. A special Inside Pirates Baseball Jay Hay every day tomorrow after postgame on Root Sports. Jay Hay will lead things off. He struck out to start the ball game. With a week to go, he and his former teammate Justin Morneau are locked in a battle for the batting title.
Going to be fun to watch going down this last week. A little something to keep our eye on other than what the Cardinals are doing.
A lot different than the last time we were tracking a Pirate player heading toward the batting race. That was in 2006 when Freddie Sanchez on the last day beat out then Marlin Miguel Cabrera, hit .344 that year, but of course the Pirates were well out of it. And Freddie Sanchez provided us with one.
Yeah, absolutely. A phenomenal year Freddie had and winning a title at .344 also. That's something you can hang your hat on. Well, winning the title is great, but what a batting average that year for Freddie.
Jay Hay foul tips. And it was Jose Altuve like. The Astros second baseman is batting .345. Trying to win the American League batting title. One and two. Harang has struck out 5 of the first 9. He has given up the 5th most hits in the National League this season. Brandon Beachy and Chris Medlin went down with Tommy John surgery, so the Braves scrambled. They signed Harang. His 351st career start tonight. In the air to right. And Bonifacio makes the catch. Harrison 0 for 2. We want to see how you're rooting for your Pirates down the home stretch as this playoff race winds down. Final 7 games. Send us your AT fan photo. Submit your picture via Twitter. Use the hashtag BucksFanPhoto, and we'll show them during our broadcast tonight. Hashtag BucksFanPhoto.
That at bat right there, another just amazing display of command and control. Every single pitch, all 6 of them that he threw J.A. were either right on the edge of the strike zone or just a little bit off.
It's like he's in this rocking chair right now. He's just throwing darts.
He is in
wherever he wants.
Unbelievable rhythm. Probably not even doing a whole lot of thinking about it.
Probably shouldn't throw darts from a rocking chair, by the way. Not recommended.
Probably not.
Well, the way he's pitching, maybe he could.
I know what you mean, though. Nice, just relaxed and back and forth and hitting his spots. That's what he's doing right now.
And in the air to center. B.J. Upton. 2 outs. Harang gets 2 fly ball outs to start this 3rd inning. Pulled foul by McCutchen. He'll need a new bat.
Got a ways to get it from the dugout here. These dugouts are really pushed out down the foul line quite a bit. That was kind of a feature of the old Fulton County Stadium where the dugouts were a long way from home plate.
It's popped up and room for Freeman. 1, 2, 3 for the Pirates against Aaron Harang. High school football resumes this Friday from Upper St. Clair as the Panthers host the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Don't miss two of the most recognizable programs in Western Pennsylvania high school football history as they go head-to-head. It all kicks off Friday after Pirates postgame on Root Sports. Friday, the Pirates will be in Cincinnati. Tonight, the first of four with the Atlanta Braves. Here is the top of the order once again, Emilio Bonifacio, who walked and stole second and third, but was stranded in the first inning. Three and 0.
He likes to bathe that helmet in the rosin bag, doesn't he?
It sure does.
It's like having a rosin bag with you. Now you just got to reach up and grab the top of your helmet.
Some guys
as
have
much as you need.
A helmet full of pine tar. This guy's got a helmet full of
Likes
rosin.
the rosin, yeah. You can see the rosin bag. The same thing that the pitchers have out on the mound.
Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Barking Mike Estabrook.
He does throw out that yes, he did rather loud.
You like that?
As a pitcher, I think it would be great. But as a hitter, I don't know if I want him to yell, yes, he did in my ear.
Listen to this. Yeah. Listen to this. You're standing right there. Well, believe me, he yelled it.
Yeah, there it was.
I wouldn't want that yelling in my ear.
No, that was unbearable.
Phil Goslin takes a strike. It was.
Well, there's no doubt what the call is. You'd rather have that than some of the umpires that try and keep everything a secret. There's a couple of them that do that also. That you're not even sure if it was a called strike or not. I think that's one of the things they kind of teach umpires is when you make your call, do it with some enthusiasm and be sure of yourself.
Rookie Goslin fly to center field in the first. 2-2. Out of play. They're underway in Chicago, Wrigley Field. Cardinals and Cubs. The Pirates 2.5 back of the Cardinals. Three at Wrigley, and then next weekend they will go to Phoenix, take on the Diamondbacks. Another full count. Back to back. Bonifacio and now Goslin.
Really, I just had one piece.
And back-to-back strikeouts. 2-away in the bottom of the third. Freddie Freeman will come to the plate. We want you to get on board with the Buccos in 2015. They're accepting deposits for full and partial season ticket memberships. You get access to exclusive events, the best locations and savings. Plus, you can customize your membership. And remember, 2015 full season deposits get 2014 postseason priority. For more info, go to pirates.com/membership. Strike one on Freeman. Strike two. Maybe Liriano getting into a groove.
Yeah, he's been a little a little all over early in this game. You'd like to see him kind of settle down.
He asked Jerry Lane if he went, and Lane says no.
Yeah, by all over, I don't mean like he's walking a ton of people. He's just not hitting the spots, not throwing it exactly where he wants it.
And on the 1-2 pitch, Freeman singles into center.
That never came in with anything that bad. Everything was away. Freeman reaching out, kind of diving out for this slider. Location wise, that's not a bad pitch at all, but if you saw there on the strike zone, there was nothing on the hitter's side of the strike zone to keep him honest. And that's why you have to use both sides. And now I know there's nothing in baseball that's 100% all the time. There are some guys where you can just stay at one side and forget about it all day long. But most guys, especially a quality hitter like Freeman, you're going to have to go to both sides and keep them honest. You just can't stay away every time.
Justin Upton struck out his first time up.
Nice view from the outfield. Big ballpark, that's for sure. Holds a lot of folks.
Pirates are going to outdraw the Atlanta Braves this year. Pretty incredible.
Yes, it is.
Two and two. Last time the Pirates outdrew the Atlanta Braves, go back to 1990. The Braves that year drew under 1 million fans.
Finished last that year, if I remember right, 90.
Bobby Cox replaced Russ Nixon during the year. And that began the turnaround. Strike three called. Francisco Liriano strikes out the side. He has 5 punch outs. Looks like another pitcher's duel.
Atlanta. Well, Neil Walker gets set to lead things off. He's already an award winner for the 2014 season today. He was named the Chuck Tanner Award winner. It goes named from the Pittsburgh chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America, and he won the Tanner Award for his cooperation with the media. Roberto Clemente Award went to Andrew McCutchen for the team's MVP, and a newly created award, the Blass Award, named after Steve Blass, given to Tony Watson. It's the first year the award was named after Blas in recognition to his service to the Pirates franchise. Now, Watson said it's pretty cool knowing how much Steve has meant to the Pirates organization in his career, and he said he's honored that the local media voted for him. I asked him if he was worried about having his name too closely associated to Blas. He said, well, he's always been good to me, but he does usually have a few good jokes to tell here and there, and he'll share them from time to time. Now, Greg and Bob, I know you guys don't know anything about any of those jokes that Watson would be referring to, right?
Are you suggesting Blas is funny?
I'm just telling you what Tony Watson told me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
not saying any more now.
I have no idea.
I've never heard Steve tell a joke.
Third year of that award, the most outstanding pitcher. A.J. Burnett won it in 2012. Liriano won it last year. And as Robbie said, Tony Watson wins it this season. And now it's called the Steve Blas Award. The best Pirates pitcher. In the air to left, pretty well hit, but it is a big ballpark, and about 4 steps shy of the track. Neil Walker flies out to Justin Upton. Pirates have had 3 base runners, a 2-out walk to McCutcheon in the first. Russell Martin led off the second with a free pass, and then Starling Marte singled. So far, that's been it against Aaron Harang. The Braves have won 10 of the last 14 home games here against Pittsburgh. And they have dominated the National League Central here at Turner Field since the beginning of last season. They are 22-7 against the National League Central. Gaddis hoping to return sometime this series. 1-2 on Russell Martin. And headed up the middle. Martin with a base hit. He'll take the aggressive turn around the bag. A 1-out single. And a 13-game hitting streak for Russell Martin.
Yeah, one of the first real hittable pitches we've seen Harang throw in a while. Left that breaking ball up a little bit, and it wasn't necessarily right on the edge, kind of outside half, and Martin made him pay the price. Hit it well and found a hole. Watch where this one goes. It's upstairs, belt high. He slapped his glove. Knows he wanted to get that pitch down.
Too shy of his career high, Russell Martin. Marte has hit safely in 17 of his last 18 games. Batting over 370 during this stretch. And that's in the air to right. For the out. 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. Martin still at first, but now with 2 outs, brings up Ike Davis. He struck out in the second. It's even at 2 apiece. Harang has struck out 5. Davis with 11 home runs on the year.
Now the starters of late have all had that look on their face, staring out to the field, looking for some run support.
Oh, and 2. Again, a turn to throw. Opponents have swiped 19 bases against Terang. 24 attempts. And he gets Davis for a second time. The Pirates leave a base runner. 0-0 through 3.5. During press conference Tuesday on Root Sports, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin takes the podium first, live at noon, followed by Pitt's Paul Christ at 1. And WVU head coach Dana Holgerson at 1:30. Press conference Tuesday, tomorrow at noon on Root Sports. The Schusters are here. Looks like young lady's got a nice autographed baseball and an Andrew McCutchen bat before the game. Nice.
Very good. Quite a haul. The bat and the baseball. Cutch really spends a lot of time every day along those railings signing those autographs. Knows what it means to everybody.
Chris Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike. He grounded out to Ike Davis to end the first inning threat. Even on Chris Johnson. He is in his second year with the Braves. What a season last year. Hit .321, second to Michael Kadire, who won the batting title. Bounce to Mercer. And one up and one down.
Took kind of a little funny hop there, didn't he, on Mercer?
Yep.
Yeah. See him turn his head. He thought that might catch him. It came up. He's him shaking his head there. I think Jay Hay said something about a way to stay with that one or something. Well, definitely came up about chin high.
Now Christian Betancourt, the catcher, had a check swing single to start the second. They move to the top of the second at Wrigley Field. Cardinals Cubs scoreless. (2-0) on Betancourt.
Pretty good pitch. Liriano got robbed on that one. Point Park University strike zone says that was right at the knees. That one wasn't, but still a strike. That is really what makes Liriano who he is he gets those chases on those pitches down below the knees more often than not. Guys cannot lay off of him.
And he walks the rookie catcher. His third free pass.
Yeah, he was able to lay off all of them except one, though. Usually it's a rookie that has the toughest time laying off bad changeups. He's on twice.
Simmons flied to center. Ball one. Ball two in the dirt. .245 average coming in with 7 homers, 46 RBIs for the slick fielding shortstop. Tapper. Liriano will throw to second and get the out there.
Very nice, very strong, confident throw. So many pitchers just have struggles with this play, and there's no reason to. Just firm at the bag. They'll be there. Like what happens most of the time is they start watching the infielder and try to hit him on the run, and that's why they throw it behind him or something, instead of just concentrating on throwing it over the base.
Upton struck out looking in the second. You saw that pitch count up to 73 for Liriano.
It's not good at this point. He's on pace to maybe pitch just 5 or 6 innings most.
Going to be so interesting down the road here. Liriano is scheduled to start again on Saturday against the Reds, but if things are wrapped up, either a wild card or a home field or whatnot, This ball in the air to right center field. McCutchen is over. That'll drop in. First and third. A single to right center for B.J. Upton.
Off the plate away.
It's the third Braves hit. It moves Simmons to third.
And easily getting into third base. Slow down, look over his shoulder. But I agree with you, Greg, about the what are you going to do with the Liriano on his next start? If it's
if they've got the wild card game to play, do they hold him off? What do you mean?
Yeah. But
can't worry about that now.
Not right now, but I mean, it's Saturday, you might be out of the division race.
Right.
And so then you know you're going to be in a wild card.
Right.
And then how important is home field advantage to you? Is that still up? So that's it.
And is Liriano even the guy that they will decide?
I don't know. That's a good question, too.
Liriano or Cole would start the wild card playoff game on Wednesday, either at this moment at San Francisco or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has the tiebreaker, and if the season were to end today, the Pirates would host that wild card playoff game.
Well, right now, there are only 2 games in the loss column, which is what you really need to look at this time of year. You look at those losses behind St. Louis, and anything could happen. You could be tied for first place essentially Wednesday morning. So you just don't know right yet what the situation is going to be 5 days from now.
See the standings.
Now that half game will go away. But Thursday, we play. St. Louis has, so you got a chance to pick up that half game if you win on Thursday.
Runner takes off, and Harang strikes out, but Russell Martin will have to throw to first to complete that strikeout, and does. 2 men left on. The Atlanta Braves have stranded 6 through the first 4 innings. It's 0-0 ball game.
On Root Sports is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. Buy the Chevy Traverse and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Here in Atlanta, it is 0-0 on to the 5th inning. The first of this 4-game series against the Braves. How about those former Buccos? Nate McLouth and Willie Stargell. Hoping to print a 2014 shirt up.
You know how there's a talk like a Pirate Day?
The other day, yes.
We should make October talk like a Pirate month. Should be the official.
I like that.
Official month of the Pirates.
You have dubbed it so?
Yeah.
It is from this day forward. October is talked like a Pirate month.
The whole month, and it ends on Halloween. When you get your costume on, you can finally stop at midnight. All right?
You've thought this through.
Not really. Just kind of came to me. As everything. On the fly. You know, I do everything on the fly.
Do you remember the celebration last year in the clubhouse at Wrigley?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first guys that Robbie Makowski or Rob King interviewed, of course, was the manager, Clint Hurdle, of course. And he was asked about, did you expect to be here, something like that, and he says, abso-bucket-lutely. Do you think he thought that out, or was that spur of the moment?
That's on the fly. Gotta be.
Had to be. I can tell you there was some panic in the truck. I can promise you that.
There's always panic in the truck.
True. Wow. He said he did, and Jordy Mercer said, what? 7 strikeouts for Aaron Harang.
Knows who it is, too. Why doesn't he say, yeah, you did, Jordy? Everybody, you know, they all know each other, the umpires. And he says he did. It points right at you. I mean, you know who it is.
So instead of saying he did, say you did.
Yeah. It's like being called driver.
Do you know someone who's called driver?
No.
Oh. Once again, Aaron Harang doing it to the Pirates here. 4 1/3 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. He's in the driver's seat, it would appear. There's a drive toward left center field, but racing over to make the catch, B.J. Upton. One of the harder hit balls of the night. This day in Pirates history brought to you by Day Automotive. 1991. On this day, the Pirates clinch the East with a victory over the Phillies. Celebration, Doug Drabick and the rest of the Pirates head out onto the field. Drabick a complete game. 1 run, 7 hits, struck out 8. Like Tom Prince was in that scrum. Tom Prince is a manager in the Pirates minor league system, and he is one of the coaches that is with the club this month of September. What do you remember about that day, Bob? Anything in particular? Just how good Drabick pitched, or what?
Well, it wasn't like it was coming down to the wire or anything. 91, we won pretty easy, so it was kind of expected. And anytime Drabick was on the mound, you knew you were going to win. If you didn't, it was like, how did we not win this game? So it was just one of those, okay, we got it over with. Let's get on with the playoffs now. And
what do you think of the idea that it's tough to stay sharp when you clinch early? Do you think that's true? Like for teams that have clinched already the Nationals, say, or the Angels?
No, I wouldn't say that's the case. I mean, it's a chance for them to get everybody well.
The Orioles,
to get days. You can still, play guys, just, stagger them, get your young guys, the September call-ups in there, and you're still going to get your at-bats. You can pick how many pitches, how many innings everybody is going to be throwing coming out of the bullpen. It set up the rotation the way you want. I just don't.
You don't buy that.
I don't see that there's any disadvantage of clinching early. Right? Other than when I hear that, I hear a premeditated excuse for doing poor in the playoffs. And if you do well in the playoffs, then you'll never hear about that again. But if the playoffs don't go well, it's like, well, we clinched too early. We didn't keep our edge. So I don't like that. When I hear something that's a negative for no reason.
A few years ago, the Tigers, I know, clinched very early, and they were trying to do all kinds of things to try and stay sharp. And if I'm not mistaken, even could be wrong, I think they went down to Florida to scrimmage. Line drive, base hit to the left. This was after they had swept the series, of course.
Yeah. Now that's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's different. As far as and if you go back to my era, that wasn't an issue because it wasn't such a long playoff.
Right.
But now there is. But during the season, when you still have games every day, there's nothing.
So you think there's
nothing
two
negative
separate
about it
issues
at all.
there, then, right?
Right.
So clinching early during the regular season, good thing.
Right.
But maybe
like
sweeping a series,
an early
in the
sweep, and then
playoffs
having to sit around and wait
for your next opponent.
because now there's no games.
Right.
I mean, you can sit there and take batting practice all you want, but there are no games to play. So that I could see where that could be an issue. I don't really think it is, but it could be.
Jay Hay with a base hit with 2 outs. He is 1 for 3 in a 10-game hitting streak for him. Matches the Braves hits total, 3 each. Snyder has grounded out and flied out. It's out of play. It was 2012 where Jim Leyland scrimmaged some minor leaguers as they were waiting to play the Cardinals in the World Series. Snyder bounced to first, fly to center. 0-2 count. Rang thought maybe he'd get him, and a couple of the Braves started to take a step toward their dugout. 1-2 on Snyder. Rang approaching the 90 pitch mark. Looking over at Harrison, who has stolen 17 bases. He's been caught 7 times, and the catcher Betancourt has thrown out 3 of 11.
Both these pitchers throwing a fine game, 3 hit shutouts right now, but pitch count for each one of them is going to be an issue here soon.
And toward right field, Bonifacio, nearing the track, makes the catch. 4.5 played, 0-0. Field works the players and the crowd with some fun pregame antics. The Pirates make a visit to Banksville Elementary on Clemente Day, and much, much more. Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, tonight after postgame on Root Sports. And here tonight in Atlanta, another scoreless ball game. Saw some pitchers duel over the weekend between the Pirates and the Brewers at PNC Park. And top of the order, Bonifacio. He's walked and struck out. Shortstop Mercer in and on and gets. Boy, that was fairly close. Mercer, a little lob toss.
Yeah, it didn't seem to have much on the throw. Isn't out all the same. A little chopper. Maybe he didn't really have the great grip on it, so he just kind of pushed it over there. Jeff King like.
Is that what he would do?
Oh, he was. It was always he was wondering, is it going to get there in time? But he had a good arm. I mean, he would throw it however hard he needed to. Just to beat the runner like by a step. He always had it measured. It was amazing. I don't know how he did it.
You think he did that on purpose?
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
I mean, to try and like.
Well, no, he just was not going to throw it any harder than he needed to. It was just the way he was. If he slow runner had ball day, he was going to lob it over there. Very accurate arm. Whether it was a lob or put something on it, didn't matter. It was always right there.
So he had the arm like John Wayner.
Oh yeah,
right.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Didn't run like a deer, but
so King didn't have that part. Didn't have that tool like Wayner. Run like a deer. Cannon for an arm.
Didn't have that.
There he is.
Wondering what it is we're saying.
Oh yeah. Thinks we're being silly.
We are.
Well, nothing silly about that. A 4-pitch walk to Phil Goslin.
Hey, Greg, remember last time Freeman's about to step in there? Remember that I said that they just away. Yeah. Everything was away. Well, after that at bat, I decided to look at his hot zones.
Yep.
On the inside half of the plate, he's hitting 380.
So you wonder why. Yeah. Everything's away for a reason.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter up or down either. He likes the ball on the inside half. 380 hitter against lefties.
All right, so they'll stay away. Well, they're supposed to.
That's a sweet spot right there.
That one missed. Liriano was supposed to throw that pitch away, but caught the inside corner.
The corner of the strike zone that he really struggles in against lefties is up and away. Kind of odd. Only hitting 172 on pitches in that up and away part of the plate.
This fastball in.
Well, again, if you look at that 380, I mean, that means he's making out, what, 620? Right. So it's not like you can't get him out in there. It's baseball. It's all numbers, all averages. It's really what the game is all about.
You know they're going to go away with a breaking ball now. And runner goes, and it's hit out of play off to the left. Taking off on the pitch, Phil Goslin.
I think it was a breaking ball, but he can't get it away. Everything is in. That was a tremendous jump, too. I'm glad it was a foul ball. Ray looking on. He always has his book in his hand. Yeah, got that one where he wanted to. Couldn't chase it, though.
'89 pitches, and half of them almost out of the strike zone. Davis takes that toss from Liriano. Davis plays in front of the bag and off a bit. What's the reason for that, Bob? Playing in front of the runner and off the bag. for Ike Davis.
He's a better fielding position for balls off the bat. It's obviously a little more difficult to get a tag put down. Yeah, it's a compromise. Oh, that's the weak spot right up there.
Almost got it. Runner goes again. Pitches a strike. Throw down is going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play. To end the bottom of the 5th inning. The sniper nails another. Hand, as we mentioned earlier, and Super Russ.
Watch Super Russ make this throw. The impact that just one guy, Russell Martin, had on us controlling the running game. It was such a glaring weak spot 2 years ago. I used to be such a big believer that, and I still know it's a huge part of the game, but it was, to me, it was all about the pitcher as far as controlling the running game. You get the ball to that catcher, and no matter who's behind the plate, they'll take care of things. But after watching what Russell Martin has done, I now see what a premier throwing catcher can do, and it's impressive.
He's thrown out over 35% of the runners trying to steal this season. Andrew McCutchen, Neil Walker, Russell Martin in a big 6th inning for the Pirates, and a 2-0 count. And there's a high drive to left field, clear the deck, cannonball coming. Andrew McCutchen gives the Buccos the lead with home run number 24.
Now, Greg, you said earlier that Harang really is not a guy that gives up a lot of home runs, and especially here in this big, comfortable ballpark to pitch in. Now, that one was a bomb, and you could hear him. He is fired up. We needed a little offense, something to pick up the club, and there's a little instant offense with that long one.
Another look. Pitch up from Harang. You talked about how few pitches we've seen.
There's been almost none in the heart of the strike zone. I've been watching the strike zone a lot tonight, and when you see it, very seldom is a whole baseball on the strike zone when Harang is thrown. It's happened only a handful of times all night long. Everything seems to be right on the edge. But that one had a big part of the strike zone, and now it has a big part of the bleachers.
Check swing roller left side. Backhanded Simmons throws to first, and he will still get Neil Walker.
He let go of that. I thought he threw it away. I didn't think that one was going to come down.
So McCutchen with his 24th of the year, and a Bucco fan made the catch. And now everybody tweeting and texting.
Nice play out there.
And calling. Russell Martin has walked and singled.
Any moment now, you think they'll start waving, huh?
Yeah, they said,
now they know.
They say we're on TV.
Wave if you can hear it.
Right now.
You hear us wave.
Yeah. They're telling you to wave on TV right now. No, really? I'm not going to. I'm going to act cool. Nice catch, though.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a heck of a catch.
Martin, a hard hit to second. Goslin throws out Russell Martin.
.95 pitches now for Harang. Closer up to the 100 mark, which marks the end of the night for a lot of guys.
And again, that home run by McCutchen, just the 14th this season, allowed by Harang. Marte singled in the second, fly to right his last time up. Last time out for Harang, 7 innings, 105 pitches, and a 3-0 loss to the Washington Nationals. He gave up just 2 runs, walked a couple, struck out 8, allowed 5 hits. His last 2 starts have come against the Nats before tonight. Back-to-back 7-inning performances after being roughed up in Miami against the Marlins. McCutchen, his 76th RBI to go along with the 24 home runs. He entered this game 3rd in the National League in hitting, leading the National League in on-base percentage, 2nd in slugging. With Giancarlo Stanton out, McCutchen leading everybody in OPS. Marte putting up another battle here against Aaron Harang. You look up and down this lineup, and Clint Hurdle has talked about it. First time ever in Pirates history that 9 different players collecting 10 or more home runs, and how well balanced the lineup is. And there's a high fly ball to left. Oh, he just missed that one.
Almost.
That was going to be way gone. That was going to be upper tank, but it's a long out. This one got out. Andrew McCutchen. He crushes his 24th, and it breaks the scoreless tie. breaking the scoreless tie. Justin Upton will be leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th. 24th homer for number 22. Going to get to an AT fan photo of the night. That's a cool look along the North Shore. Father and son. Dad with the Clemente jersey and his little boy with the McCutcheon jersey. That's a cool shot. The AT fan photo. You can keep them coming on Twitter. Use the hashtag BucksFanPhoto. Liriano struck out Upton swinging in the first, looking in the third. He's now punched out 7. He is due up third in the 7th inning. You see the pitch count at 93.
Harang now well over 100, and nothing happening in their bullpen. If they don't get down to his spot in the order, apparently they're going to let him keep going. Look at him. He doesn't care. You know what? He'd throw 200 if you let him. Gets to be kind of an attitude with some of the older pitchers. It's like, like whatever, Like, just give me the baseball. It's what I'm here for.
He's at 197 innings for the year, Aaron Harang. Two and two. Upton, Chris Johnson, and Christian Betancourt.
There's a lot of innings. A lot of high quality innings.
Hall of Famers. And Tom Glavine helping out Chip Carey and Joe Simpson on the telecast. Bouncer to the shortstop. Mercer retires Upton. 1 up, 1 down. The most popular way to follow the Pirates' push to the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Get at bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. Little line drive, 1 hopper. And Walker onto the outfield grass will throw out Chris Johnson, and a nice play by the Buccos second baseman.
Took a nice angle on that ball. Was able to trade a little space for some time. That allowed him to get out there far enough to make the play. So he started angling back out onto the grass. That gave himself more time, plus a much easier hop to handle.
See if he can get Betancourt here. Walked him the last time up, and then Betancourt first at bat had that check swing flare. Neil Walker made the diving attempt. Out in front, 0-2. He's at the century mark in pitches. Chopper Mercer on to first, and 1-2-3 for the first time tonight for Francisco Liriano. Ouch.
Come on, Cubbies.
Thank you, Rob. Get that
Come on,
offense.
Cubs. We need some
We
runs.
need some runs. Hey. Who's this Wainwright guy? Well, Francisco Liriano looks like he is done for the night. He got the hugs of his teammates.
100 pitches and spot in the lineup coming up late. Only a one-run ball game.
Jared Hughes will be coming on. Lorang has struck out Davis twice. Davis, Mercer, and then a pinch hitter. Pirate starting pitchers run their consecutive scoreless inning streak up to 23 now, with Liriano's 6 scoreless tonight. Two and two. And that'll be out of play. Braves try to get one more inning out of Lorang. He's due up third in the bottom of this 7th inning.
Well, they have action in their pen. He's probably on a very short leash no matter when he's up.
Double barrel action. David Carpenter is the right-hander. Lefty Jason Shreve. Popped up.
Way up.
Yeah. Betancourt stays with it.
Looked like he had to fight it a little bit, didn't he?
He's watching that big HD Jumbotron screen.
Move quickly to his left, and then he was looking at his glove, make sure he caught it. Rattled around on him when it got in there. The size of that board.
It is humongous.
That's all one big board.
Yeah.
When they're during BP, they'll have the videos on there. It takes up the entire thing. It's just one big video. And the crisp, just the high def is just amazing. When they first put that up a couple of years ago, remember how we used to just stare at it? Whoa. So you think they're going to take that with them, huh? Scoreboard?
I don't know. No, they're going to have a bigger one.
No, it can't be bigger than that.
In 2017.
Can't possibly make one bigger than that.
Line drive to left field. 2 outs. Non-stop action, heart-pounding, exciting, historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September 30th. Fast approaching. Postseason baseball. Well, Andrew Lambeau was out on deck, and now we'll go back to the dugout. And Jose Tabata instead. Gabby Sanchez grabs an energy bar.
Making a little bit of a face there, isn't it?
Well, he's thrilled with that flavor.
He hit the wrong one. Well, he doesn't like that at all.
That's gone.
Yeah, we don't want that.
That's all gone.
Yeah.
Forget that.
I think Russell talked him into trying one
I think
of those.
so too. And then Sanchez is saying, how do you eat that stuff? Awful.
You have to wash that down. Go get a Baby Ruth now. That's what you really want. Packed with energy. Peanuts, caramel.
He's helping Kutch with the dreads.
He's tying him in a boat.
Line drive caught on the first baseman Freddie Freeman. 1-2-3 for the Bucks. So Aaron Harang, 7 innings, giving up the 1 run, the home run by Andrew McCutchen, the difference. But he will leave trailing. We're going to keep it here in Atlanta for God Bless America.
To a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair. As we raise our voices in a solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
It is 1-0 heading to the bottom of the 7th inning in Atlanta, Georgia for the first of the 4-game series. And now the bullpen takes over for the Pirates. Jared Hughes, Liriano went 6 scoreless. Allowing 3 hits, quick bouncer, and a nice stab by Josh Harrison. 1 pitch and 1 out. Simmons is retired.
I wonder when the last time we had 3 consecutive 1-0 games, Greg?
That is a great question.
That is a great question. I bet you're going to find out.
No,
soon.
I'm going to ask. I'm not going to look.
Soon it will come to you. Might have been 45. But that was allowed, or 43. What was it?
45 was the back-to-back 1-0 games.
Back.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what happened in game 3.
That's true. One on Upton, B.J. Upton. It's been a while, hasn't it? So we've seen Jared Hughes pitch. Well
Be
rested.
strong.
Yeah, well rested. Last week. Exactly a week ago. Deep to left, but that's going to hook and die toward Marte. Off the bat, it looked pretty good, but it hooked quickly and died. 2 outs.
Got to think he didn't get it right in the sweet spot of that bat the way it didn't do anything once it got out there. And I think it was off the end a little bit. Marte, with his speed, wasn't bothered by the ball hooking. He easily was able to get there right at the chalk, make the catch.
2 outs. Evan Gattis, the pinch hitter, and the big cut from the big man.
I know what he's trying to do.
Yep, no question. Strep throat on the 8th of this month. 4 days ago, diagnosed with a kidney stone, so he has been limited to pinch hitting duties. Hughes out there throwing strikes. Oh, and 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gattis. 22 homers, 52 runs batted in.
He really leans right out. He's almost got his hands in the strike zone. Trying to pull the ball out of the ballpark. Get up on top of that plate.
No batting gloves.
There, look, see where his hands are, right on the, almost on the very inside edge of that strike zone. Gives you a target to throw at if you're trying to throw borderline pitch in. Look at the knob of that bat. Point of aim. Really, looking at his feet, he's not on top of the plate, but when he bends over his waist, his hands right out there. Have to move it.
How about that outing for Jared Hughes?
presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Back in Atlanta. 1-0 Pirates. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. To the 8th inning. Aaron Harang went 7, gave up a run on 4 hits. Now Jordan Walden takes over.
A lot of walks for 47 innings, 26. A lot of strikeouts for 47 innings too, but he won't let you hit your way on. Just a .186 opponent batting average. Show some patience up there, though. You might still get the first base on balls.
We talked about Evan Gattis leaning over the plate, kind of an unusual looking batting stance. How about the delivery of Jordan Walden? Jumps off the pitching rubber as he delivers.
Not throwing the full 60 feet 6 inches, is he?
No. Is that legal?
Anything's legal if they don't say anything to you about it. That's the way I always looked at it. If the other pitcher would cooperate, sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. You keep the rubber covered up with dirt and you move the hole forward.
That would happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Until the other pitcher started getting knocked around, and then he'd complain.
Hey, you're not supposed. We're supposed to have a deal here.
And then the umpire would come out and say, "Hey, you're gonna have to start throwing from the rubber."
Breaking pitch strikes out Harrison.
Yeah, you're always searching for some kind of an edge. A little jump puts him quite a ways out there. What do you think? You get about another 6 inches?
Probably.
So that fastball 6 inches faster?
Strike on Snyder.
I mean, nobody is in contact with the rubber when they release the ball. Everybody's sliding forward. But you don't see too many actually jump forward toward the plate.
Snyder has grounded out, flied to center, flied to right. Bucks a run on 4 hits. That 1 run, of course, the McCutchen homer. Braves no runs, 3 hits. And Walden back-to-back Ks.
Pretty nice changeup. Now the Pirate offense stepping in now.
Yeah. This is it. He walked in the first inning against Harang, fouled out his second time, and then the big home run, his 24th of the year. Interesting that John Holtzcomb is loosening in the Pirates bullpen. Jared Hughes, a perfect and quick 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th, but it's looking as though Clint Hurdle will go to Holtzcomb in the 8th. 3-1. Jared Hughes, very quick, efficient. 1, 2, 3. Ray Searage checking in with him. Maybe he'll go back out there. Here's this home run that McCutchen hit. No doubter. 24 on the season. And 76 RBIs. Walden, an emphatic 1, 2, 3. 8th inning, all 3 strikeouts. To your next community event, birthday party, or parade, the sky's the limit. The amount of fun the Pirate Parrot brings. Go to pirates.com/Pirate Parrot. Pirates lead 1-0. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Atlanta for the first of the 4-game series, while the Cardinals are leading 5-0 at Wrigley in the 5th. 6 more outs to get. Tells you how far John Holtzcomb has come from being released by a low-level independent league club earlier in the year to hooking on with the Pirates late in the summer. Handful of games at Altoona, promoted to AAA Indy, to the big leagues in September. Already picked up his first major league save in his second big league appearance, and now he has surpassed Jared Hughes in terms of the pecking order in that bullpen.
It certainly has been one of the great storylines that we've been talking about of late. Been amazing.
Gabby Sanchez at first. Strike 1. Gregory Polanco in right. Polanco, Sanchez, and Holtzcomb the changes. He has been throwing strikes. Holtzcomb seemingly unaffected by all this. Pitching in the big leagues, pitching now late in games, pitching in a pennant race. This is his first tour through the major league stadiums. Popped up, Harrison over, and out of play. Uriano went 6. 3 hits. Hughes a quick 1-2-3 7th, and now Holtzcomb. Strike 3 called. Bonifacio not in agreement.
And if it missed, it didn't miss by much. And you take a pitch with 2 strikes, sometimes a borderline, maybe a strike, maybe not a strike, just something on the edge, will get called for a strike. And it's the penalty for being that selective when you have 2 strikes. And if you absolutely don't want to go down looking, then you have to expand that strike zone just a little bit, a couple inches on both sides to, sometimes maybe just spoil a pitch, foul it off. If it's a inch off the plate away, you don't think you're going to be able to do anything with it. Something that bothered Holtzcomb.
Distracted. He's apologizing.
Well, he pointed behind the home plate, I thought. No harm, no foul. Nobody on base. It doesn't matter. They don't have to throw it. A lot of the folks are yelling balk, but there's no base runner.
Hit weakly to the right side. And 2 outs. If there's another story like him, we haven't found it.
No.
I mean, you can go back into the history books as far back as you want, and you're not going to find anything like John Holtzcom's story.
And it could really get amazing depending on how far the Pirates are able to go in the postseason.
Freddie Freeman takes ball 1.
The independent leagues, for people that don't know, that's just a group of teams that have no major league affiliation. There's no players in those leagues that belong to any major league club. They're just a bunch of guys getting together, and they're playing in these independent leagues, and a lot of them are hoping to sign on and get a minor league job somewhere.
Holtzcomb, what was he playing for, $600 a month? One and 2. Originally drafted by the Mets. Released. Freddie Freeman not thrilled with the calls. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a shot to right. A 2-strike single to right field for Freddie Freeman.
See, everything was on the edge. Ended up giving him something good to hit. But I think that's what you get with Holtzcomb. I mean, he's not going to try and be super fine. He's going to try and get you out with stuff, throw strikes.
And that's something he was not doing when he was playing independent league ball, even some minor league baseball while in the Mets organization for a brief time with the Reds minor leagues. Popped up on the infield. Russell Martin stays with it and makes the catch. And John Holtzcomb pitches a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th inning in Atlanta. 1-0 ball game after John Holtzcomb pitches the scoreless 8th. A 2-out base hit by Freddie Freeman. Then Justin Upton fouled out. Pirates offense is that man, Andrew McCutchen, his home run leading off the 6th inning. And that gentleman caught it.
Hadn't put it down yet. It's going nowhere. It is staying in his hand.
Craig Kimbrell, the Braves closer, who has not had many opportunities in the second half of the season to close games, still has 44 saves. Trying to keep this a 1-0 deficit.
Might be the most unusual way to look in for a sign that you see normally.
.171 ERA, 88 strikeouts in 58 innings. Talk about lights out closers. There are a handful in the majors. You might start with Craig Kimbrell. Look at his first 4 seasons as the full-time closer with the Atlanta Braves. He's the first pitcher in big league history to have 4 consecutive 40 save seasons to start his career. He registers another strikeout. And Hurdle came out. Went out to talk briefly there with Mike Estabrook.
Looked like he motioned out toward left field and he had the lineup card in his hand.
Justin Upton out and left. That hasn't changed.
Could he have been pointing toward the lineup on the scoreboard?
Oh, that's very possible. Maybe they don't have the correct order.
I'm wondering about that, and he was checking to make sure that the umpire had
I
it.
bet you that's got to be it. Marte is on deck. And then the scoreboard says Gabby Sanchez. That was Ike Davis's spot in the lineup.
I wonder if it's Polanco.
Yep. Could it be Polanco?
We'll find out
soon enough.
Yep. See who comes out on deck here.
And swinging on a 3-0 pitch and lines it to left.
Yeah, Polanco's coming up on deck, so that's what it was. Scoreboard had the lineup wrong, and
he was pointing toward the scoreboard.
Just wanted to make sure that the umpire had the same lineup that they had in the Pirate dugout.
He's got Polanco in Ike Davis's spot of the order. Changed it.
Just because it's a big, beautiful scoreboard doesn't mean it's accurate, I guess, huh?
Mark Melancon had the day off yesterday. Tony Watson earned his first save of the season. Melancon getting ready for the bottom of the 9th. And to the shortstop. Marte retired. 12 in a row retired by Braves pitchers since the McCutchen homer. Flight attendants that we see throughout the summer, thanks to the folks at Delta, cheering on the Buccos.
Yes, yes, yes.
Check out the Nissan road ahead. Tomorrow, Garrett Cole against Alex Wood, the lefty, and then Wednesday, a couple of right-handers. Right-hander for the Braves, Julio Teheran, and the lefty, Jeff Locke. And then Thursday, Edinson Volquez. And the Braves have yet to announce their starter for Thursday night. 1-0. Can it be 3 straight 1-0 games?
Sure it
involving
can.
the Pirates for the first time since 1917. 1917.
17?
Last time the Pirates played 3 consecutive 1-0
World
games.
War I, isn't it?
Yeah. Melanson looks for his 32nd save. He'll face Chris Johnson.
1970.
Start things off. Ball 1. Liriano went 6. Hughes a scoreless 1-2-3 7th, and Holtzcomb a scoreless 8th, and now Melanson. 1 ball, no strikes on Chris Johnson. Pirates starting pitching, we mentioned earlier, with Liriano going 6. That's 23 consecutive scoreless innings by Pirates pitchers. Last time they had a streak like this, you have to go back to 1997. We'll see if Garrett Cole can pick things up tomorrow. But right now, Melanson needs 3 outs. Line drive, a little skip to Mercer. And on to first, 1 away.
Yeah, nice play. The ball had some top spin on it. Thought it was going to carry to him, and then it just dove to the ground. Ended up with a nice pick. That ball, watch how it just dives right at the end. That's the top spin.
Christian Betancourt lines this ball foul.
Betancourt from Panama. I know a catcher from Panama.
Yeah, I think we all do, right? 0-2. Just 4 outs recorded in the air tonight. Thanks to Pirates pitchers keeping the ball down, getting the strikeout or the ground ball. Oh, that was interesting. Ball bounced in front of the plate. Could have struck out on that one. Well in front of the plate.
Should have started running the first like he swung.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a question to ask you. You know how a hitter can't appeal? What about if he runs on a check swing that wasn't called a strike and a save? Can he then appeal to see if he went? Why not?
Why not? Why doesn't he do it? Why don't you do it anyway, right?
Because,
Why not?
Because that's what an appeal is for, to see if it swung, not didn't. Now we have a confusion as to the count. 2-2.
Struck him out in the dirt. Martin will have to throw to first, and does.
Takes his time. He knew he had plenty of time. No panic at all.
Pirates are 1 out away from reducing their magic number to clinch a playoff spot to 2. The Cardinals are leading the Cubs 7-0 at Wrigley after 5 innings. The Giants are playing the Dodgers later on. That game will get underway in about 15 minutes. Looking to win game 1 of 4 and the first of 7 to finish off their regular season road schedule. And Pirate fans up all over the place here. Fouled back by Simmons. 20,252 the announced paid attendance. From playing in their 3rd consecutive 1-0 game for the first time since 1917. 0-2. For years they've had to hear the chant here. Tomahawk chop.
They tried to get it going a little while ago, but didn't really catch fire like the old days.
Now the organist helps things out. Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks. Let's go Bucks.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 Pirates. Andrew McCutcheon's home run, the difference in this game. Melanson tries to save it for Liriano. 2-2, and the Braves trying to avoid being shut out here at home for the 5th time this month. They were swept by the Mets over the weekend. 2-2. Popped up out of play. Simmons flied out, bounced into a forced play against Liriano. Jared Hughes got him to ground out to Josh Harrison in the 7th. Mark Melanson looking for save number 32. And now a full count.
He keeps going for that strikeout, throwing that hook in the dirt. Simmons has been able to say no to it a couple of times. Melanson has gone to the curveball much more, I think, this season than in years past, trying to get the strikeouts with it. Not so much just fastball cutter.
A full count pitch. Tapper off the glove. Melancon can't get the handle on it. And man, Braves have a man aboard.
It's just right there, right off the edge of the mound. And it just wouldn't stay in the glove.
Pirate fans reacting.
That was my reaction, I think, right there.
Pinch runner over there. Jose Constanza. B.J. Upton at the plate. He is 1 for 3. Last time up, he lined out to left. B.J. Upton is 3 for 6 lifetime against Mark Melancon. He's out in front 0-2. He got out in front of Andrelton Simmons, but then threw a couple pitches in the dirt. Now after 3-2, and Simmons hit that chopper. Melancon was charged with the error. Oh, 2 on B.J. Upton. No doubt Upton would love to come through on this day, the day that they fired their general manager, Frank Wren. Not the sole reason, but we talked about a lot today in the local sports talk shows that B.J. Upton's signing was one reason. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's 2-2.
Everything's been up, Greg. You got a strikeout guy up there. He's got to throw him the curveball, doesn't he? Kind of thought it would come on that pitch.
If Upton reaches, Ryan Doman is on deck to pinch hit.
Everything up there?
Yeah.
I mean,
change the sight lines. Swing and a miss. Raise the Jolly Roger. If he throws to first, he does. Raise it in Atlanta. Andrew McCutchen's home run, the difference. And for the first time since 1917, the Pirates play 3 straight 1-0 games. More importantly, they reduce their magic number to clinch a playoff spot to 2.
Every one of these games are so important, and to be able to pull out another 1-0 win, it is absolutely huge. And it really is giving these guys even more confidence now, knowing that they can go into the postseason and win a 1-0 game. That they don't have to go out there and outscore somebody. They don't have to put up 4 or 5 runs. They can win these close pitching duels. They're just playing so well right now. The pitching is just amazing at this point.
Really incredible. The starting pitching, the bullpen, how strong it has been. The Pirates have won 10 of their last 12, 14 of their last 17, and they improved to 85-71 on the year. And as we said, they're within 2 games now of going back to the postseason. Again, the magic number of 2. Combination Pirate wins, Brewers losses, totaling 2, and they're back to the postseason for the 2nd straight year. Back to the studio, Rob King and Ken Maka.